Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to OneMinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the arm position, the elbow position, and the drop of the racket in the serve. And I want to show you a very simple but unique trick that will give you the perfect position and get you more power into your serve almost immediately. Now, as we go into the serve, we hit the trophy pose like this. And then what wants to happen is that the elbow comes up and the racket goes down. See, there's a kind of symmetry here. Elbow up, racket down. Elbow up, racket down. The deeper this racket drop, then the more potential power there is in the serve. Now, we're never going to get there like the pros. Andy Roddick was 6'1", so he's taller than me, and his racket was dropping like below his coccyx, below the bottom of the spine, because he's so super flexible. But we want to get as low as we can. And to get as low as we can, this elbow needs to go as high as it can. But the vast majority of people, probably you, when you serve, this elbow stays pretty low, and so the elbow stays low, the racket drops to here, and it's an ineffective way of hitting the serve. Now, this is a real problem. If it's not natural to raise that elbow and drop the racket, it's a real problem, because even when you then do it consciously correct, if this is placed there, the racket's placed in place, then it becomes a slow, wooden, and sort of ineffective stroke. The racket has to drop there. So the elbow has to come up and the racket has to just drop. And then we can flow through and have a powerful stroke. And that's difficult because if it's not natural, how do we correct it? But here's a great way of actually finding the feel of this. Now, what I'm going to show you can be done with a fence, but I've come to the other side of a glass padel court. And so what I'm going to do is position myself so that I'm maybe about 2-3 feet, 30-40 centimeters away from the paddle court. And now I bring the racket back and I hit the wall and the racket has to come up and then I drop. So look, back, up, and then I drop. And by using the wall here, it's not possible for me to keep my elbow low and get into a racket drop. It's totally unnatural. So look, the racket goes back, up, and drop and serve. Back, up, and drop and serve. By using this wall, which obviously I've used a glass so that you can see clearly, then you'll get the feel of the stroke. And when you've got the feel of the stroke, it's pretty easy to change it and apply it into the serve. So now, having got the feel of this, I'm going to employ it into my serve just by shadow stroking as I drag the racket up the imaginary wall. The elbow has to come up with it, and now the elbow comes up and the racket goes down. Drag it up the imaginary wall, elbow up and racket down. And now I go into the stroke. So using the wall gives you the real feel of the technique because you cannot get it wrong that way. And every time you feel this elbow dropping, you feel a loss of power in the serve, then all you need to do is shadow stroke. If you've got good imagination and concentration, you can do it without the wall. And you come up, an elbow comes up and racket goes down. Otherwise, simply go to the wall or the fence and drag the racket up the wall. The elbow has to come up and then the racket has to drop naturally, and you'll have a more powerful and more effective serve. I hope you like my detailed and precise analysis of tennis and the simple solutions that we provide. For more information on these, have a look at our books on Amazon. We've got a set of 5 books out on the ground strokes, the serve and the volley. They give great details of the strokes and super simple solutions such as this. They're meant to be a real teaching experience. Or have a look at what we're doing with online coaching. Join me and people in over 30 countries all over the world as we try to provide a one-to-one online coaching service with detailed video analysis and personalized lessons. For more info on this, email us or simply look at the website. So use the imaginary wall, raise the elbow, drop the racket, and you'll get more power, more consistency, and more speed in your serve. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.